Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 16th of September 2021, and the time now is 6:20 a.m. Well, our topic today is talk about any FUD moments that you've experienced. All right, so before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Okay, so the FUD here is a term which is uh, which refers to fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Yeah, and then I actually encountered this term from a book, and then I tried to search this term on the internet, and then I found that most of the results when it comes to the term FUD is related to cryptocurrency. Yeah, and then I typed the FUD on YouTube, and the result also the same. Most people talk about FUD when um, uh, dealing with cryptocurrency nowadays.
Then, is the book you read related to cryptocurrency?
No, yeah, I think this book is quite uh, has been a few years, so maybe at that time cryptocurrency isn't that popular yet.
So what is the book? What is the category of the book?
Oh, this book is about uh, IQ, EQ, and then also some financial knowledge. Yeah. All right. So in the book, it talk about FUDs when people encounter FUDs actually in many places, especially marketing, and then there are some salesperson using this technique when trying to uh, persuade you to buy their products. They want to um, uh, to 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 say something that will make you feel fear, uncertain, and also have a lot of doubt in your mind. And because of that, we sometimes couldn't make rational decision with these three terms in our mind. Yep. And then I think this is quite natural. Yeah, just like uh, one of our human personality, greedy. It is kind of natural thing. When we are uncertain about something, we naturally will feel fear, and then we'll have a lot of doubt. And yeah, at this time, if it is the time to make a decision, I think more or less we will be affected by this. And it seems like it is not a good thing to have a very high level of uncertainty, fear, and also doubt when making decision. So yeah, this is also why it becomes a technique, because people try to use this fast um, because when they use some techniques like this, and then they will find that the listener, maybe they don't fully agree with what you say, or they don't fully uh, believe you, but they also couldn't find ways to kind of uh, to say something against this. So, and then they also fear that uh, they will lose something. So in Chinese, we have a terms like it's better to believe than to lose, something like that, to lose. So so I think this is why the technique is effective for some people to apply. And then yeah, for my own experience, which is there was one salesman who actually promote the water filter to us, to our family. And the water filter is something like a machine. Once you connect the water supply to the machine, and then uh, you can get drinking water, which is clean and purified, and then you can drink it healthily, something like that. And then the salesperson actually came to our house, and then kind of did some experiments, test our water, and then say that our water is not that healthy. And then talking about something like the pH level, yeah, pH level we have 1 to 14, and the 1 is the most acidic, and the 14 is the most alkaline. Yeah, and then yeah, they say that the water need to be uh, more than 7, the pH level more than 7, so that it is alkaline, it is good for our body, because our body pH level is greater than 7. Yeah, and then if we drink water which is more towards acidic, let's say have the pH level 5 or 4 or 6, which is less than 7, and then that could cause many uh, maybe long-term illnesses, or maybe cause cancer in the long run. Yep, and then yeah, by hearing this, yeah, actually it is um, it raised a lot of fear, uncertain, and doubt in our mind, and also because the 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 water filter is actually too expensive. So at the end, we still didn't buy it. Yeah, we still use our own way, own method to use the water come from the water supply, and then we boil the water and we drink after that. Yeah, so we still didn't buy the water filter. Yeah, but actually it did um, affect us for some degree, but we it didn't end up in making decision to buy it. But I can feel that the fear, uncertain, and doubt is already there. And then recently, I also uh, uh, did some research from the internet to see whether pH level is one of uh, the things that can make us sick or get cancer, or something like that. And then found that actually this is not a things that is already proven. Yeah, it is not, and it is something like arguable. And then, according to the World Health Organization, they actually have a range of pH level which is safe to drink. Yeah, and then um, so that as long as your water pH level is between that range, then it should be okay. It should be healthy to drink. And then also it lines up something like even though uh, pH level close to 7, and then a little bit higher than 7 is regarded as a good a good that is a good signal of high quality of water. But it doesn't mean that acidic water will definitely cause illness, because they couldn't find any uh, research to prove that acidic water has direct effect on our uh, body health. Yeah, just for example, if you drink a lemon juice, yeah, the lemon juice pH level is actually uh, uh, a very acidic. Yeah, maybe 2 or 3, or maybe 3 or 4. Yeah, because it is so sour. And then we drink it into our body, and then our body will have uh, will have to deal with it. And then we don't see any problem to drink lemon juice. And then lemon juice is also good for our body. So it means that yeah, drinking acidic water, yeah, let's say you have the pH level 5 or 6, it doesn't mean that that is bad. This is just same as the lemon juice, something like that. So, uh,
So what's the range?
what do you mean?
What's the range?
Oh, the range. The range I forgot because our house the pH level is like uh not yet reach 6. Is something like 5.5 to 6, and then I saw the range. We are in the range, and then I forgot the exact range provided by the WHO.
Yeah, but the research you get from WHO, why is the same? Why is the sampling size? Why is the length of the sampling? 10 years,
Uh,
20 years, 30 years?
yeah, for that I also I didn't go into detail so much.
Yeah, I definitely know. Today I drink lemon lemon tea, lemon juice. I won't get
Yeah.
cancer tomorrow, but I'm not sure if I do this every day, would it contribute to my cancer?
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah. So it is a question mark actually.
Mm.
Yeah, and but those people they actually apply this to say that something like it is a proven thing already, something like that.
Mm.
Yeah. So it is still something not sure, and yeah, actually the water, the high quality of water, which is coming from the mountain or the fountain, the pH level actually is greater than 7. It could be like something 7.5. And we can also get this kind of water from the some mineral water company. Yeah, but the water is really really expensive. Maybe one bottle costs you more than 10 ringgit.
Mm.
Yeah. Yep.
I, I think about the water, there's two parts. The first part is about the pH,
Mm.
the pH value. Another part is about the nutrition.
Mm. Yeah. What
Yeah.
is
So
inside, right?
yeah, for example, the dilute water, the what's it called in Chinese? It's
Yeah.
called 蒸馏水.
蒸馏水. Yeah.
Yeah, the dilute water don't have any minerals, and people won't drink it.
Mm.
Yeah, if you drink dilute water for a very long time, it's not good. Yeah, but if you have but if you have another source to replace the this the that means the you have another source to get the mineral instead of instead of from instead of from the water, and
Mm.
then you can get from other ways else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be a problem.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm.
For example, supplements, right?
Yeah.
Vitamins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Yep.
So and but
Mm.
one thing we can share that WHO suggests us to drink high quality water, which is more than pH 7, right?
They actually didn't say that. They say we shouldn't drink water which is below their standard. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all.
and then how about the high quality one?
Um, the high quality actually is yeah, because we treat those um the 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 water coming directly from the mountain. They are full of mineral, and then actually the pH level is high. So um, there is no doubt that the water coming from the mountain, if it is not polluted, it is the high quality water for drinking. So for high quality water, their pH level is something around 7.
I don't get you mean. Can you explain in detail?
Yeah,
High
because
quality water with pollution?
without pollution, I mean, we treat the mountain, the water from the mountain as high quality of water.
Who
The high
say that?
quality here is for human drinking.
Yeah, who say that? WHO?
I think no for this one, no,
Yeah,
from the internet.
yeah, and then what's the and what did WHO say?
Yeah, actually, I just run through the whole research and trying to get something that I want. So I actually um didn't get so much information from that.
Hmm. Is there any bias here? Because
Yeah,
you
I think
just want
there is.
information bias. You just search something that you want to see. You just want to know.
Mm,
Not you want to know. You just search something that can confirm your thoughts, your mind.
mm,
Mm,
yep, yeah.
yeah. I also not sure whether pH value can affect our health. Yeah,
Mm,
but if you let me choose, if you if there's two type of water uh provided and you can drink them,
mm,
and but you can only choose one type and you have to drink it for your remaining life. One
yeah.
is pH 7, another is pH 5.5. Which one will you choose?
Um, with my limited knowledge, I would choose pH 7 because our body pH level is around 7 point. It is slightly above 7. So I
Yeah,
think that is closer to our body.
yeah. So nobody will choose pH 5, right? Or pH 5.5 or pH 6.
Mm, yeah.
So yeah. So I think the salesman didn't do his job great. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. 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 But yeah, it's also come back to the price. For
Yeah, right.
those filter
Yeah,
water filter.
it's come back to the price, but have
Mm,
you searched some other water machines? Maybe it won't cost you like more than 2,000.
mm, yeah.
Mm.
Yep. So also not only water filter, I think many other uh, kind of products can also link with FUD, for example, insurance. Yeah, agents like to mention a lot of things to you, maybe accidents, illnesses. Uh, yeah, this will also raise our awareness on these things, and at the same time, fear, uncertain, and doubt appear. And actually, to me, I think if people, uh, any person, they apply FUD techniques on you, actually, it is not necessarily a bad thing. Um, because it actually raises awareness of Earth, which is something that we may ignore. For example, if the insurance agent mentioned the probability of getting illnesses, cancer, or maybe the accidents, something like that. It actually those are actually things that we should spend some time to think if those things really happen, and uh, can we deal with it? Can we how will we deal with it? Yeah, and at least has some preparation or some strategy to deal with those things in case they happen. So I think this is like I said, not necessarily a bad thing, as long as it didn't uh, lead you to make the decision without uh, enough time to think, or uh, to to knowing it, to find the information before making decision. So yeah, what I want to say is be aware of FUD, which can affect our decision making, and then um, but it is not a bad thing. It actually makes us to think something. Yeah, and also lastly, for this topic, it reminds me of something you said before, which is something like the more we know about something, the less risky it will be. Yeah. So these are my sharing today.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. One more thing about the pH value.
Mm-mm.
Mm, if somebody changed from 5.5 pH value water to pH value 7 water,
Okay. Yeah.
even though there's no proven that show that there's no scientific proven show that uh drinking 5.5 pH value water is bad.
Mm.
Drinking pH 7 waters is good. Yeah, even though there's no scientific proven. Uh, but would it like uh improve your health?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh. Will it improve our health? Yeah. I think this is also not a sure thing.
Yeah. I mean, there is no scientific proven here.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Mm. But will it improve the health?
Yeah. I think I couldn't answer this question. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know.
Uh, I think in some circumstances it could. You know why? Because placebo effect.
Oh.
And if you keep continue drinking 5.5 pH value water, it may
Mm.
create nocebo effect. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. From this
yeah,
point, it will.
yeah, really. And you know, placebo and nocebo effect is something that we know it, but we couldn't avoid it. We couldn't we
Mm.
couldn't like remove it.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Yeah. It's
Even
something
though,
also like you push you put more effort on it. You care more. You concentrate more, and the effect is bigger, right?
yeah, really. Mm. So this is one of thing. So I think, yeah. Uh, am I told you before? Mm, my mother buy a water. I think it's something like the it's not the water filter machine, but
Mm.
it's something like a machine that can like vibrate the water and make the make the proton become smaller, or make the molecules become smaller.
Oh.
And by doing that, and after if we drink that kind of water which has smaller size of molecules, and we are able to absorb the nutrition more easily from the water.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel doubt. I really doubt on that.
Mm.
Mm. And my mother say after drink those water, and she feel better. And I and I want to like mm, tell her this is just a fake.
Mm.
And few months ago, she want to buy she want to buy the machine.
Mm.
Yeah, previously she just rent. I think it's uh around 200 200 ringgit per month.
Yeah.
And now she want to buy a machine, and the machine is cost him around, if I'm not wrong, it's around 2,000 to 3,000, if
Mm.
I didn't get it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she bought it. Mm. And I didn't say anything because I know I couldn't like uh make her believe me.
Mm.
Mm. And so I let her go, and because this is her money, yeah. So I couldn't say anything. Mm.
Mm.
She just spent her money. But I still feel it is not worth. Mm.
Yeah.
But recently, if I think back that that case, I feel actually it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. First thing is, mm, yeah, my mother's didn't spend the money on something that can cause can cause uh really bad thing to happen. For example, if my mother buy some supplements, and the supplements maybe it is something really really good in this place. Some people
Mm.
or their their friends, the company say that recommends the product is really good and is
Yeah.
come from MLM, yeah, come from MLM company. And yeah, I will try hard. I'll try hard to to uh to prevent my mother buy those products.
Mm.
Yeah, especially when you need to intake the product. Mm.
Yeah.
Because if the product is any uh, if the product mm,
Side
any
effects.
side effect or didn't work, and
Mm.
it or maybe it could hurt your body, so
Yeah.
you something like you buy a drug and hurt yourself.
Mm.
So it's something that uh I will stop her to do. And for this kind of thing, the water, uh yeah, apparently by drinking that kind of water won't cause any health problem. Yeah.
Mm.
At most it's just a normal water. Mm.
Mm.
Just a vibrated water. Nothing
Yeah.
different. So uh I think it's okay, and it may create some placebo effect.
Mm.
Yeah. Even though I won't spend the money on that. Mm.
Yep.
I actually feel uh uh I I feel less I feel mm, I feel that like I won't like try so hard to stop her in this case,
Mm.
unless she really need money. Yeah, she really need money to improve her life, something like that.
Yeah.
So she shouldn't spend money on those things. First,
Mm.
she need to improve her life first. Maybe uh, her overall living standard
Yeah.
with her limited income. Yeah, so it's the first thing.
Mm.
And okay, go back to the part. Yeah, yeah, right. I know. Uh, I only heard the part, only heard the part in cryptocurrency. Yeah.
Yeah.
So only people who invest, who trade cryptocurrency will talk about the part. And outside of cryptocurrency, less and less. There's no much people talk about the part. And beyond the investment, I seldom heard people talk about part.
Mm.
And for example, in investments, yeah, people say the stock price high, there's a bubble, mm, or when the market crash, and say, yeah, it's going to the end of the world,
Mm.
yeah, and the stock market, for example, the SP 500 index will go down to zero,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
So, mm, yeah, and if you want me to link one term to this part, I
Mm.
think it's panic. You make people panic. So when you make people panic, you ask them to first you ask them to do something, to take action, uh, or you ask them to do nothing. For example, the FUD term here is actually it's a negative term. Yeah, and people say, yeah, it's just a FUD. That uh uh what he's trying to say is actually this is nothing. This is not the real thing. This is not the real story. So they say this is a FUD.
Mm.
Yeah. So for example, like have fun. Yeah. This is just a FUD.
Mm.
So it's also something like they love you. They love you because of your idiot. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in cryptocurrency, there's some toxic here. There's some toxic in this industry. So people may seem aggressive. Yeah. And especially especially on the social media, they'll say something very bad. For example, like have fun, having fun being poor. Yeah, you just don't invest in you just don't invest in cryptocurrency. They say, yeah, having fun for being poor.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's really really terrible. Mm.
Yeah.
But what I want, but there's another thing which is, hmm, I would say especially for Bitcoin, the marketing is doing really really great. Yeah, they really they really did the marketing very very well. Mm.
Mm.
They create a lot of this kind of term and then make it link to some positive uh story, or make it link to some negative story, and then when let's say when market crash, they say term, and then it will like trigger some of your emotion, so
Mm.
you won't sell like that. So for example, one of the terms they create is a holder. So that means the people who hold the
Yeah.
Bitcoin, the people who hold the to hold the token and won't sell in a uh when when market crash,
Mm.
when people panic, you just hold. Mm. And they can create a lot of like give picture, or create a lot of short video, and yeah, to kind of like uh make it very very interesting,
Mm.
and make it really impressive, and let you remember, let you like remind or remind you the story. Uh, so I think fun is also one of the term they create to 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 make you did something, to make you do something.
Mm.
Mm. And if outside of the cryptocurrency, uh, some parts here, I would say, for example, nuclear. Nuclear is also one of the topic that
Mm.
we will have a lot of disagreement. Some people support, some people against.
Yeah.
And those people against, first is about the waste. And I no, I think the first is about the explosion. People think the nuclear is similar to the atom bomb. Yeah.
Mm.
And the second is the waste, and the third is the terrorist. Yeah. People worry if some country, for example China, or for example like the
Yeah.
Russia, they if you allow them to use like the nuclear power, and they will produce the atom bomb, or they will like uh research and innovate the very dangerous weapons,
Mm. Yep.
mm, uh in the nuclear plant. Yeah, so people worry about that. Mm. So this is also fear, uncertain, uh doubt. Yeah.
Mm.
And but how but how to reduce, how to solve the FUD? Yeah, I mean how to mm, yeah, yeah, I know. Actually, in cryptocurrency, when other people say, "Yeah, it's just a FUD," yeah, and what they're trying to tell you is, this is not the real thing. Don't be panic. Yeah, it's something like that. But
Mm.
uh, if you don't look at the definition they provided, yeah, and if you don't look at uh, how the term affect us subconsciously, we just look at the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. We just look at these three terms. Hmm. How to reduce it? How, for example, how to reduce the fear? How to reduce uncertainty? How to reduce the doubt? Hmm. So we give the definitions uh, according to the dictionary, not according to what people say. Hmm. So how to reduce uncertainty? How to reduce doubt? How to reduce fear?
Mm.
Hmm. Do you have any idea?
Um. Yeah. I think. For doubt and uncertainty, we can try to deal with these two first, because they are actually kind of uh, they are similar. Um, because doubt is something like you're not sure, you have a lot of question marks, and uncertainty is that it seems like you have many things which you don't know. You don't know. You have a lot of unknown. So for these two, I think trying to look for evidence for the things you're dealing with.
Easier said, easier said than done. For example, if now market crash
Yeah.
and you got a lot of money in invest in some stock and your stock also crash, the stock you bought also crash,
Mm.
and yeah, at this time you experience that moment, what will you tell yourself? Searching some information. What information can you search? Those information uh is from the media. Yeah, and what the media will say. Yeah, they are the organization create the FUD.
Yeah, but how about your previous knowledge also will affect this, right? For example, the time that the bitcoins and as well as other cryptocurrency, the price crash and then price goes down, and for you, you won't make decision to sell it, right? Even though you can also feel uh, the the fear, the uncertain and doubt, but because of your knowledge on these your knowledge on this uh, particular thing, you still won't be affected and make decision to sell it, right?
Mm, yeah, to be frank, I almost sell. Yeah, and but I know that I know myself psychologically, and I trans when the market crash, I transfer all my coin to cool wallet, and so it make me more difficult to sell. Mm,
Mm,
yeah, and if you ask me, will I regret to sell? Will I regret I didn't sell at the top? Yeah, of course. Mm, everyone will regret it. Yeah, if you sold at the top and if you bought at the bottom, and uh, when the price rise to the previous high, and you double your money. Mm,
mm,
yeah, why people don't want that? We all want that, but we couldn't do that. Mm, but you still will keep thinking. Yeah, and this kind of experience is not that easy to accumulate. Yeah,
yeah.
if you really want to do it, if you really want to be together with with this kind of thing, and you really feel you can really feel calm, really keep calm at all times. Uh, the first is you really know some things psychologically. For example, like what Warren Buffett say that after I bought a stock, I wish I wish the stock market released the stock and listed the stock 10 years 10 years from now or 20 years from now.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah. So I couldn't see the price. Uh, yeah, I couldn't see the price up and down, up and down.
Mm,
I can just hold it very easily. Yeah. So the first thing is you need to like uh prevent the you need to try to stop the temptation to watch the price. Mm. And you need to find some technique, for example, make the things more difficult to do.
yeah.
Just like the habit. If you want to break a habit, make a habit more difficult to do.
Yeah.
So you make the process more difficult to do. So less likely you will sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the first
And
instance, you need to something like believe it, right? You need to persuade yourself so that you do these kind of things will be regarded as rational. I mean, when you try to do something stopping yourself to sell from selling it, uh, you need to feel rational, right? You need to believe it first in the first instance.
Yeah. But how much belief you still can hold if the price crash 50%? Not much people still hold the belief actually.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, what I want to say is, if I and you, both of us, we bought cryptocurrency, let's say the bitcoins, and then for the same amounts from the for at the same date, for every buy in, and then I believe that during the crash, if we don't need the money so urgently, both of us, and then yeah, one person without um, uh, greater knowledge about this, like let's say, for me, maybe I will sell it.
Mm,
I wouldn't hold because uh, I don't have the things to support my action. I don't know. Of course, I know I can do something to stop myself selling it, but I don't know whether I want to sell.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I want to say is, uh, yeah, maybe you will sell, I won't sell, but mm, yeah, something forget what I want to say. Uh, sorry, can you repeat the point again?
Oh, it's like one because for me, I actually has uh, very
Yeah,
little
yeah,
knowledge
sorry, yeah,
on.
yeah, I remember already. Yeah, you talk about the belief, but how do you know the thing you believe is really the truth?
Yeah, yeah. Nobody can assure it, but
Yeah, so this
for
is how, yeah, so this is why uncertainty arise. Yeah,
mm, yeah,
and when the market crash 50%, your uncertainty increase.
yeah,
You
yeah. For me,
suddenly, you suddenly, you suddenly not very sure what you believe on.
yeah, yeah, and yeah. If you put the the drop from 50% to, let's say, 20%. Yeah, maybe for you and for me, it will have obvious uh, difference here, right? For
Mm,
you, 20% drop, maybe you still think that it is okay, it is fluctuation, and you still hold a belief. But for me, maybe I think the effect of FUD is greater, and maybe this will make me to take action, maybe to sell it.
mm. Yeah, and if the crash is something very fast, yeah, and some people will sell, but some people won't, because yeah, people still worry, people still panic. But when it drop too, or when the price drop too much, and they're reluctant to sell. There's also
Mm.
some of this case, and when the price rise back and they sell, and after they sold, and the price keep going up. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the story of my girlfriend.
Mm.
After she sold, and the price keep going up. Yeah, just on the tipping point. Mm,
Yeah, yeah, and this is about the fear, right? Because they previously they feel regretted not to sell, right?
mm,
Not sell it, but when the price just come back and enough to cover uh the what's that the break even, yeah, the price enough to break even, then they sell immediately, right?
mm,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. Then how can you know at this time is yeah, because if you say about like this, like the fear, you kind of like uh, give it to a negative terms. But how can you know the time to sell? How can you know the time to buy?
Yeah,
And if you say you want to solve the but how you able to solve? If you couldn't, if you couldn't. No, if you couldn't time the market. There's a method. Yeah, for example, the dollar cost averaging.
Mm.
Mm. So this is why I keep recommending dollar cost averaging.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to but here but here we are not talking about the investment. We are talking about the FUDs. So how can you solve the FUDs? Yeah, for example, it is not in investment. Yeah, it is, for example, like the water machines.
Mm.
Mm. And if you pursue it yourself by using logical thinking, you try to explain to yourself, you try to justify yourself, or other people try to explain to you, try to justify you something, try to explain to you by using logical thinking. And can it can it really increase your belief? Yeah,
Um.
I'm actually not sure, because
Mm.
most of the people uh they don't uh they do something not because of rational. They do some they don't they are not what I want to say is human. Human is not fully rational,
Yeah.
and most of people are irrational all for most of the time.
Mm.
Yeah, and so if you try to use logical thinking to explain the thing really detailed and to justify the thing, to expand every detail. For example, you look at the proton, you look at the molecules of the water,
Mm.
and you look at the food, you look at the nutrition, and you expand everything. You expand uh, the thing very detailed, and it cross a lot of subject, and so that eventually you get a conclusion. pH value, uh, pH value don't affect your health, but how many people have the time to listen to you? How many people willing to listen to that? How many people have the ability to understand what you are trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you keep justify, when you keep explain, they just feel more doubt. They just feel more uncertainty. They just feel more fear,
Mm.
greater fear. Because
Yeah.
if the thing is so difficult, it's so complicated, I better choose pH value 7.
Mm.
I better choose pH 7 water. Yeah, this is too difficult for me. I
Mm.
know what the easiest thing I can do is prevent this. I just drink pH 7 water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. This is actually just now I have mentioned, but I didn't speak out the Chinese something like a proverbs, which is 宁可信其有，不可信其无,
Mm,
something like that, right? We're
yeah,
afraid to lose. We don't know the whether it is true, but we just don't want to lose. So maybe we choose it. We still choose it.
yeah. Uh, but the point here is not just about believe rather than lose. It's something like you try to solve it, but you make it worse.
Mm.
Yeah, the key point is here. And how can you solve it? How can you reduce it? I think one of the technique is telling a story. Yeah, telling a really impressive story, and then so every time other people uh so every time other people drink the water, they'll remind the story. For example, you say, yeah, like the animal also drink. Animal didn't drink the the water from water filter machine. For example, what is it called? The turtle, is it the turtle? 乌龟.
Yeah, turtle. Yeah.
Yeah, the turtle didn't drink the water uh with with the pH 7.
Mm.
Yeah, so but you see the turtle lives so long.
Yeah, but for here it comes to the analogy, right? Our previous topic.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm,
The application of analogy.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so telling a story or telling an analogy. Yeah, so I think this is a better way to deal with the thought. Mm.
Mm.
Not by just justify the thing by using logical thinking. Yeah,
Mm.
even though there's something wrong in the analogy. Mm.
Yep.
Yeah. And this is also the reason why sometimes the people want to use the analogy that in other people's eyes it seems very wrong, seems very misleading.
Mm.
For example, one of example you mentioned before is about obesity. Mm. Yeah, and yeah, and yeah, the speaker shouldn't compare COVID-19 versus the obesity.
Mm.
But what he's trying to do is actually they want to shift your focus.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, but is this a better way than using logical thinking and show you a lot of data, show you a lot of statistics? Yeah, obesity, the people who die in United States and around the world caused by the obesity. Is this a better way? Yes, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Mm.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is when we try to we try to reduce the fat uh for other people. And how about for ourselves? Yeah, maybe you think, yeah, for ourselves we should use logical thinking. We should explain. We should really understand. We should acquire the knowledge really well,
Mm.
so that um we can uh, when we face the thought, we won't be panicked. Mm,
Yeah.
because we know the knowledge. Yeah, in some circumstances, yes, but it takes time. It takes a lot of time. It need the knowledge goes into your subconscious. It need really long time.
Mm.
For
Yep.
example, let's say people tell you, yeah, exercise is not good. Mm, yeah, exercise is not good. For example, one of the video that filmed by Mr. Gao is actually, mm, uh, his opinion is like the life of the human, the longevity of the human is depend on the times, how much, uh, how, uh, how many times your heart beat. Yeah, it depends your
Oh.
heartbeat. So, for example, let's say, if you keep your heartbeat
Mm.
as low as possible, so you can live uh more than
Longer.
average. Yeah, you
Mm.
can live more than average. If you keep your heartbeat uh at a very high level, and you will die quicker than other people. Yeah,
Oh
so
my
that's
God.
mean so that's mean you should reduce the exercising. Yeah, you should reduce physical exercise. Yeah,
Yeah.
and if you had the chance to to lie down, and then you don't choose to sit down. If you have the chance to choose to sit down, don't choose to stand up. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
If you have the chance to choose to meditate or to sleep
Mm.
forever, and then you should choose it.
Instead of doing
Because
exercise, right?
what?
If you can sleep or meditate,
All the
better do it rather than doing exercise, right?
time. Yeah.
Exercise increase our heartbeat.
Yeah. So so yeah, it seems illogical to me. Mm. And how to justify, how to explain to some people not really like exercising
Um,
by using logical thinking.
Logical thinking.
Difficult, right?
Yeah. But I can think of a way to try to agree with the heartbeat uh saying, which is actually for those professional athletes, their heartbeat is actually lower than average person. For example, their heartbeat can be like 60 per minute or even 50, quite low.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so you can say that uh, if you do exercise and then even though the time that you do exercise, your heartbeat could go higher, but most of the time it is still a gain because your normal heartbeat rate will be lower.
Mm.
Yeah, so in the
Really?
long run, yeah, this is just to persuade. I
Yeah.
don't know the truth.
But when you're telling other people when you are exercising, you actually are burning your life. Yeah. Mm.
Mm,
Yeah. So, uh, but by using some analogy, for example, like just now what I say, yeah, if you able to lie down and then you lie down, if you are able to sit down, you just sit down. Yeah,
yeah.
don't exercise, something like that, and people will feel less stress, and people will kind of like think uh, uh, this is this is less logical to accept to believe the idea.
Mm,
And after telling the analogy, the story, and then you give them the justification. You give them some point by using logical thinking. Yeah. So, but I think we should keep it short. For example, just now what you said, mm, the athlete average heartbeat is really really low
mm,
and lower than average person because they keep exercising. Mm. And the heart becomes stronger and stronger during the training.
mm,
And even though during the training the heartbeat is increased a lot, yeah. But look at how much time that you uh uh, that you don't exercising. For example, sleep.
yeah.
Every day we sleep 8 hours,
Yep.
and you won't exercise 8 hours per day.
Mm,
Yeah, and maybe you exercise 1 or 2 hours per day at most, and during the exercising your heartbeat increase double. Yeah, you double your heartbeat, but it's just double.
mm,
Mm. But look at how long time we sleep, how long time what we do beside of exercising. Yeah, the overall is uh there's a gain here.
mm.
Mm.
Yep. Yep. And also for this, because previously I was in the photography society when I was in secondary school, and then we have the camera, the DSLR camera, and then at that time also one of the teacher told us that actually our camera have a life, and then the life depends on the numbers of the shutter. Yeah, and actually that is true. But if we compare the shutter number of shutter to our heart, that is different thing. For the shutter, it is not alive. Yeah. Every time you use it, it is just a damage to it. But
Mm.
for our heart, we have the cells. They can kind of reproduce or repair by themselves, right? They will
No,
die. They will regenerate.
yeah, what Mr. Gao said is, yeah, uh, when we are young,
Mm,
when we are young, our cell will do that, will reproduce. Yeah, because uh, but we are reproduced. We are not copying. We are not copying the cell. We are not clone the cell. We are just reproduce.
yeah.
So there's a limit there. You get what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah,
It's like repairing cannot get a perfect one.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
This is his own idea.
mm,
Also, I mean, this is his original idea. Mm.
mm, yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you have anything want to add in?
No, yeah.
Okay. So, there's there's Okay, so that's all for our today conversations. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocal group mistake that we made, please also comment to let us know because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.